Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a major tornado outbreak in the south, or severe weather outbreak, and that's what we're talking about in this video. So, hey guys, it's Weather with Jonathan. I'm back with your daily upload, and also just a quick note before I go over everything. Today I will be live, so be sure to please stay tuned in for that. But yeah, so let's take a look at our current weather, and you can see we have quite those severe thunderstorms across much of southern Alabama. That's where we have most of our convection. Also continuing into Georgia, mostly southern Alabama though. Then we have quite some severe thunderstorms firing off over here in southeast Texas. That's what's gonna be causing our big tornado threat down here in this deep south. So now let's take a look at our NWS current hazards. It's pretty active in terms of severe weather, not very active in terms of anything else. Now we have a severe thunderstorm watch for southern Alabama. This is because of that convection that I just said. And then we also have a new tornado watch issued for southeast Texas and central Louisiana. A couple little winter weather advisories in central Iowa, and some winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories that should be allowed to expire in northern Maine. Then a couple winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings in the Rockies, mainly the northern Rockies. And then some winter storm watches and advisories for the Sierras and the mountains of California. So now let's take a dive into our severe weather because it's going to be very active today, and if and I'll just show you just to give you an idea of really how this is gonna be. This is gonna be today. This is gonna be when our supercells start getting to around this area and a lot more of an unstable environment. We've got dew points very rich. We've got dew points mainly upper 60s and lower 70s. That's going to continue throughout much of the day and eventually finally get pushed over by the warm sector or the cold sector. I apologize for that, but yeah. So now let's take a look at our wind shear because we have enough for tornadoes, and especially enough for tornadoes and some potentially long track and violent tornadoes down in the south. So just to give you an idea of what our wind shear is, it's about 35 to 60 knots, maybe even 50 to 70 knots in some spots. So these storms will be capable of producing some long track and violent tornadoes as we go in throughout the day. So now let's take a look at our significant tornado parameter. Now this is what it was showing last time. If I refresh this and show you guys what it's showing now, you guys are going to be pretty surprised, and you guys will be, you guys will definitely be very concerned with what it's showing. It's showing a 10 out of 10. 14 out of 10, 15 out of 10. So that's an idea of how good of a tornado potential we have for the day. And it is looking very concerning. And you know what's also looking concerning? Our soundings. Look at this sounding. You can see we definitely have enough turning in the atmosphere right here. You can see that's a pretty decent curve. In this, we definitely do not have a cap in place. You can see there would be a little bump sort of like that. If we had a cap in place, we have no cap in place. And you can see the winds are going to be definitely changing in the atmosphere. You can see right along here. You can see it's going to be changing in the atmosphere as it's going to be, what it's going to be doing is turning with height. Currently, we have a moderate risk warranted for this. I think this is only a possibility. I'm not saying it will happen, but there's a tiny little percentage that we could see a high risk event. So now let's go ahead and track this out. You can see right now that's what our event could look like. So this is our timing, and you can see this is right now. Storms are going to be firing off across much of the Mississippi Delta region and southern Alabama. These are going to be quickly moving into Mississippi, and these will cause a major tornado threat, especially because of embedded supercells. And we could potentially see what we saw just a couple of days ago in Mississippi. And you guys, please go to Ryan Hall's channel right now. I don't care if you have to pause the video and come back. You guys have to go donate to Ryan Hall and become a member of his channel to give him some money, because he's really trying to help out those people who are in need of shelter, food, water, and electricity, and who were affected by the tornado. So let's also go over our severe threat for northern Indiana and eastern Illinois and northern Illinois. We'll probably have a couple little storms fire off around 1 o'clock, quickly becoming supercells and congealing into a line by about 4 p.m. These will race off to the east. I think we could see an upgrade to a slight risk, because these are actually some pretty strong storms. I think we could see an upgrade to a slight risk sometime in the day when we get our later outlook coming in. So now let's take a look at our moderate risk. We have a moderate risk in place for southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, and central Louisiana. Now, this is something that I've personally not seen in a long time. We have a 45% chance of hail, and also a significant for hail. This is pretty big threat for hail. And hail is not just going to be our main threat. Wind is, yes, indeed, not just our main threat, but also our main threat, yes, up here in northern Indiana and eastern Illinois. But tornadoes is what we're very concerned about. We could have some long track and violent tornadoes. And then we also have a tiny little 2% risk for northern Illinois with tornadoes. Now, let's take a look at our day 5 slight risk, a pretty large slight risk for northern Texas, almost the entire state of Oklahoma, mainly central Oklahoma, and eastern Kansas, extending in extreme southeastern Nebraska. This is going to continue all the way from Friday to Saturday, April 1st. We have a very large slight risk extending all the way from southern Iowa down to northern Louisiana. This is going to be capable of all severe hazards, and it'll be the same for Friday. Thank you guys for coming and watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video.